10 seconds.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the View from the Dead Box. We are 2 days from heading down to Cup. We have a special guest today. A special guest.
Super special guest.
Cyrus, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, my name's Cyrus.
Isn't that awkward?
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what to say.
Yeah, that's like the court interview to like a pedophile.
Yeah.
Hello.
It's like, please state your full
Cyrus.
name.
Yeah. Jeez, you should be hanging out with those Palm Beach guys.
Oh,
God.
boy, that's rough. Oh my God. I don't
Starting
know if
off hot.
I don't know if I can let you say things like that. Allegedly. Say allegedly at the end. Just say allegedly.
Yeah, Ken touched a whole bunch of kids with it.
Oh my
Allegedly.
God.
Allegedly. I said allegedly.
You did.
For here.
I mean, what would you do?
Jeez.
I got a question for you, Wes. What would 16-year-old you have done for paintball gear?
Oh, well, I'm a little different because I was playing younger than that, and like dad owned a field.
I mean, that's
Now,
fair.
How about you?
Oh.
What would you do, Michael, at 16 years old? I think some of the kids are younger than that for free paintball gear.
Man, I don't know if I can say the things I do on this podcast. Especially because I know certain people listen to this. I mean, my dad listens, my girlfriend listens. They'll be like, seriously? Seriously? Be like, well, hey, it was free gear, guys. So
yeah.
How else could I afford to play? But I'm so
Exactly.
Cyrus.
It's expensive.
It is expensive. It's very expensive. But so Cyrus, what team do you play for?
I play for A50 Rage, the D4 line.
Oh, Rage. And y'all just won the most recent MVPS, and y'all took the series too?
We took I think third, ninth, a second, and then we took the first this last event, and then we won the series as well.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's tough to do.
Yeah.
Especially
Now,
MVPS.
does Stro do a good job of like keeping the pods clean in between points and like getting the gun gear back up?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, because
he does
listen, I mean, pit play is it's a big deal.
Yeah,
you can't do it without pit play.
he plays his part in all aspects, and shooting me in the back of the head every once in a while.
I mean, that's why everybody picks Stro up, right? They're like, we heard he cleans the best pods in the game.
Yeah,
yep.
So.
He shoots lanes and holds down the tape, and then he cleans the pods very well.
Yep, those are honestly really good attributes to have for a player.
Yeah,
they actually really are.
he's so slow that he can make it to the corner, and then he can hold the wire for all 11 of his pods.
Yeah.
I mean, I can feel those slow thing you make it to a spot, because I've watched people give up a lane and then my slow ass trot right on through it and they go, what the fuck? Like
there's like a medium. Like you can if you're fast, you're in front of it, and then if you're slow, you're behind it.
Yeah.
But like we have a player on our team, his name's Bucky, and all weekend long he's just right in the middle where he just gets shot by paintballs.
It's a bad speed because you're quick. You're like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
But you're not quick enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like any other sport, you wouldn't be considered slow. You know what I mean? Like you're just not faster than paintball.
Yeah. I remember talking to a guy one time. He's like, it's about running the snake. He's like being fast. I'm like, yeah, you were fast. Like just not fast enough.
Yeah.
Like you're not.
So you either slow down or go faster.
Yeah, you're not gonna outrun 200 mile an hour. Like it's not gonna happen. So
yeah.
So coming off a win and a championship thing, I know me and Stro talk very regularly. You guys had a 2-day practice this week at Prime. Really nice field. Had some good competition there, I believe. Some of the Jungle Cat guys, some of the guys I used to playing against for a long period of time. And then who else was there? Who else was there?
It was the Jungle Cats, the Huntsville Hype D2.
Okay.
And then the USA girls team. And then there was a couple like walk-on guys that were like 45 years old that we bullied.
Yeah.
We bullied.
That's let me see. It's been probably the last time I was at Prime, I was actually living down near Matt. So that's how long it's been. It's been at least 7 or 8 years. and the field was still like top dog back then. It just sucks, and I hate. And there's nice fields in the 4 hours of here, but I'm over the point of driving because it's like what 4 hours from you guys, or is it a little more?
Yeah. Well, I'm in a weird spot. I'm centralized to everywhere. So like everywhere I want to go is like 3 hours from me.
Yeah.
All the other guys is like 4 hours up there, but like it's an hour from our field, and then an hour up to Biap, which is in Alabama as well.
Yep.
But yeah,
so that's Wild Women's Field, Brothers in Arms.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Brothers in
that's a good
Arms.
field too.
Yeah.
They always have weird competition out there though. I feel like
it's like it's so flaky. Like there's like it's either like there's 3 teams out there and you'll get like a decent practice, like 2 other D5 teams, or it's like there's nobody and you're just running drills by yourself.
Yeah, and if you're gonna run drills, I feel like just keep the money at home, pump the money back into the local field. It helps to generate revenue there and like show presence, and it helps you guys out.
Yeah.
Now speaking of that, how is y'all's home field coming along? I know Matt, last time I seen it, it was big, it was getting turfed, but then I think half of it wasn't turfed.
Yeah, it's like it's basically like a figure 8.
Okay.
So like the Dorito side and the Snake side are both turfed, and then the back line's turfed, and then like the 50-yard line's turfed, and then the rest of it's like still clay.
Okay.
Oh, that's fun.
Well, it's better than just fucking playing full clay.
Yeah,
it is. It could be like Low Country's field.
Yeah. That was it makes it where like I like practice on the D side or the Snake side, and I don't practice up the center until we actually do like a layout practice, which sucks because I end up playing up the center almost every tournament.
Yep.
Is that your favorite spot to play up the center, or is that just where they put you because you make plays happen in the middle?
Yeah, like I enjoy playing everywhere, but like I like quarterbacking people, but I also like setting traps. So it's like it's a weird thing. Like Cuban just like throws me where he thinks I'll be best, and then I just do my job.
Hey, that's all you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
You're given a job, you do that, and if you lose, then it's your coach's fault.
Yeah.
So explain to me your ranking at the beginning of the season. What was your ranking coming into
So my first tournament was last year's Cup, D6. Okay. I played a 3-man tournament last year at Cup, and that was my very first tournament ever.
Okay. So did you start this season off as a beginner still?
Yeah, I started this season as a beginner, but they picked me up for the D4 line.
Yeah. So you started off as a beginner, and then now, to my understanding, at the end of the season, you have enough points to go ahead and bump into D3, correct?
Yeah, I think I will after Cup. I will be ranked D3.
Yeah. So which is so you went from beginner to D3 in one season, basically from your points of MVPs, which is not hard if you think about it. All it really needs is like you had like 3 good placements, and you were also getting double points because you were playing for the D5 line as well, correct?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, so you're playing for D5 and the D4 X ball line at the same time at MVPs, and MVPs points are worth like top 8 or top 5 in the nation. So they're still like the points are valued way more than most places are. So it's still a good feat to see they have that jump from beginner to D3, which is, a lot of people feel that when they start out, I feel like a lot of people that come to the field and I like walk and talk to and like try to help out, they start out at a like crawling pace, like everybody does. And then sometimes they get discouraged quickly, and then they don't understand that if you keep up with it for a legit one season of play, you can be very competitive in D4 after one solid season of like play. But you also practice 2 times a week typically?
I do 3 times. I do Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah. So you're practicing through the week when most guys aren't practicing. And you're doing double days almost every weekend. Now, most guys can't afford that. It comes down to money. To somebody that is trying to come up in the division as fast as they are, or they see you or in any of the pro guys, because they're doing the same thing. When you get to that D2 spot and more, we had to practice 2 and 3 times a week, guaranteed every single time, and it's a grind. It's a bitch. What would you say if somebody is on a low budget that wants to make strides in the right direction that they can do to better themselves in the game?
That's a good question.
Honestly, I'd say like like you can do low paint drills that will like make your guns feel so much better. Like just shooting like one ball at a target, like one ball snapshot, and
Yep.
then you can like two hoppers, and that's like maybe $10 or like a bag of paint and just snap shoot,
Yep.
and that's like 2 hours of your time, and then you're done for the day, and then the guy sitting at his house playing video games all day, you're just a little bit better than that guy, and
Yep.
then the more and more you do that, that little bit's gonna become a lot of bit because they're still gonna have that bad habit of just sitting on their couch or
Yep.
drinking beers on Friday night being hungover, and you're just gonna shit on them on Saturday and Sunday.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Like we said before the podcast started, you're drinking water and I'm drinking a beer.
Yep.
So we'll see who makes Sunday, damn it.
But you can also do the little things like doing like agility speed drills, like stuff like that, like stuff that you don't have to have a paintball gun in your hands to get better.
Yeah. How much of that do you think relates into nowadays game, like physical fitness?
Physical fitness, I think it plays a big part personally, just because like we said, like if you're too fast or you're too slow. Like I'd much rather be too fast. So I've just like explosiveness and then like reaction time. I played sports a lot, like a shit ton of sports growing up. So like my reaction time's good. Like some of the pictures that we have from events, like all my gun's completely up and I've shot like 3 balls, and then Stromar's gun's still touching the box and everybody else's. It's like motherfuckers.
And I was just going over that with my guys this weekend, talking about if you see a lot of the pro teams coming off the box, and we would call it the fire and the alpha, which are basically the first bunker headed to snake side and the first tall temple headed to D side on this layout. Those bunkers are generally always there on most layouts. When you watch a lot of these pro guys make it, they're not always running a gun into those bunkers. You'll see some of them take a step and they're diving into the bunker, because if you have a guy on the other side of the box who's quick on the draw, you can definitely get paint to that bunker before the guys off the box into the bunker. And it happens quite often. You see these pros walking off and they're getting hit and you're like, man, how'd you just get shot making a bunker's 5 foot away? Like, I don't understand. And I think that is a very big drill that we used to practice. We haven't practiced in a while, but reaction time, like off the box, paint down field and shooting. I think
that's one thing that we don't practice a lot with the rage guys. Like we don't have a speaker or anything that like the 10-second countdown.
Yep.
So like a lot of the guys aren't just used to the just at that buzzer going. Like, I don't know. I count down in my head, and then I also look at the clock. And then once that thing gets down to 3, I start looking at where I'm shooting, and then I'm up. I'm up before the thing starts.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%.
The last buzzer.
And you'll start noticing like bodies clicking off earlier.
Yeah.
You know, you're making those shots you didn't think you can make, or you're able to like come out, shoot a couple of shots back up at home where he's just standing up and he typically takes 20 shots before he drops down. You can get them right over the top of the home, you know what I mean, and clip them. I've definitely noticed that across the board. So you guys were wishy-washy coming into Cup. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, well, these fuckers they never know their schedule before events. It's always like, yeah, we're gonna play, but it's like, where are we gonna practice? I gotta message them all like 20 times, and then I just ended up buying it in the bullet and paying for Cup. And then they all
said, "Fuck
gave
it,"
me back. Yeah,
went out on a whim and said, let's just.
Well, they're all like, we want to play. It was like, but nobody wants to put it on their credit card, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, we know that story, Wes. That's fun.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I work 2 jobs, so I can afford it, like the leeway for a minute, but
I like when Wes does it, because I'm like, oh, good, phew, that wasn't me having because it was, for a while it was always Wes, me, or even Shane, and then it turned to like Jamie would do it too, and I was like, okay, it's fine, we have that many, but like you footed the bill. I'm hoping everybody paid you. I haven't checked any of my guys. I know I did.
I'll have to check my fucking thing. I keep Jamie on like a running tab. Like I think at one point, like at the beginning of the season, I think he had like a $1,500 tab with me alone, and then just about 2 weeks ago, he had like a $450 tab, and I'm like, I'll just check in like every month. I'm like, hey man, I think he got some tab. He's like, oh yep, no problem. It just pays me instantly. It's like, but Jamie, I don't care. Like I know Jamie's got the money. Like if I ask for it, that's cool. If it's weird. We have like a weird relationship. Like if I know he needs something and like I'm at like one of the vendors, I'll walk in, I'll just buy it. I'm like, hey man, I got you a pair of slider shorts. I know you talked about them like 3 months ago. I see him in here, guys. All right, cool. He just sends me the money. It's like,
Yeah.
so he didn't ask like, hey man, if you're in there, can you look for a pair of slider shorts? I just walked in there. I'm like, hey, I went ahead and got you this pair of pants.
I'd be fucking
I would-
pissed.
yeah,
My cheap ass would be like,
no.
no, I said
Yeah.
I wanted it. Didn't mean I really wanted it.
Yeah. But it's the same thing. I'm like, I walked in one like I think 2 cups ago, and I wanted a new pair of pants that were there. And I'm like, I just walked in, got them, and I walked back out. I'm like, they had another size if you want to go get them. He's like, yes, let's go get them. Just walked right back in, got him a pair. I'm like, cool. So
Yeah, but the nice thing was winning that tournament because that was $1,200 that went towards the cup. So
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that helps a lot.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so shitty. Like,
Oh, here you go.
We
You got
decided not to really
raging about
play.
fucking things.
well, we turned it on towards the end of the year and doing much better. And I never even looked at the season prizes. And I was a little bit upset because when I played MVPS fully, the season prizes were, I want to say, cup entry and then like X amount of dollars or cases of paint towards cup, I think. But now the season prize was, I think, free entries to all next season, which is good.
I think it's half entries. I don't think it's free
Yeah,
entries.
so it's something like that,
Yeah.
which is, it kind of sucks because
Yeah.
if you can go on a cup and not have to pay a dick,
Yeah.
it is great because you
Yeah.
got to think. I mean, our division, I think D4 and D3 are the same. I know we paid. I think the bill is like $2,600 for anybody else has to pay for it out of pocket. Is
Mhm.
$2,600, which is a lot when you consider. Typically, you don't have a 10-man roster. You have like a 7-man roster for
Yeah,
X
that's
ball.
what we have as well.
Yeah, so you're looking at, I think it's like $350 a person or something weird like that.
Yeah.
Just for entry, and then you're looking at if you do well, 40 cases of paint typically or more.
Yeah.
That's another $1,200 in paint, bare minimum. If you get them for $30 a case. Travel, hotel, food. You're looking at dropping probably $1,000. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's a lot if you have to come out of that all at once, right? A lot of
Yeah.
people aren't responsible enough to budget throughout the season and go,
Yeah.
this is $50, and then a cup. It's like, all right, cool, didn't cost me dick.
Mhm.
So that goes back with. I always say that the entry fees, the NXLs, is just extremely too high to warrant what the price of winning is, because we've won several
Yeah.
events in D3 this season, and we don't have to really pay much to play. It's a little bit different, but the prizes for winning a D3 event in NXL should be like much better than they are. So
Yeah.
it's just kind of odd. I always bitched about that, but I don't know.
Yeah, but
Mike-
I work
Mike has my
two
rants.
jobs, so I work 2 jobs and I play paintball, so I have no time for anything else.
Yep.
So I don't spend any of my money.
Yes. That's how it used to be for most of us. Now that we're a little bit older, now that we're have a little more time to do things.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I use my time freely as much as I can. I'm like,
Yeah.
and Mike's the same way.
Oh yeah.
If I don't have paintball, or and I can like get our guys the week after, like I'm off riding, or when like we were out racing or something, like I was always gone doing something else, and it feels great
Yeah.
to get away from this fucking sport for like a few weeks, especially right now you're just a player, so you
Yeah.
like if you step into that like quote unquote manager role and you're fucking babysitting 90% of the time, and even I have to do that with guys that I've played with for 10 plus years.
Fucking
It's like-
ridiculous.
It is. And you're like, Jesus Christ, man. Like, oh, and then you do it I'm doing it for like 3 lines, really. And then I'm trying to help out the other lines to get them organized for practices and shit. Man, it is withering. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
shit.
It's a full-time job, dude.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a
yeah.
good thing. It's a good thing you don't really do much at work. Or
Yeah,
like, you
true.
have to-
So, God.
The Facebook Messenger polls have been like a godsend because I just
Oh.
put up like options
Yep.
and they just vote on it, and then I'm like, all right, that's where we're going this weekend.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
that definitely makes it easier.
Yeah.
How do you feel about this layout?
I like it a lot.
I do too. What is your? I don't want to say favorite bunker on the field. Yeah, just go ahead and tell me what you like about it. I'll just leave it at that. Like, what makes it to you
I
a
like-
good layout?
I like it just because it's pretty conventional, but at the same time there's There's interesting parts of it. It's basically fucking Philly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very similar. Yeah.
Like the snake side's almost identical. Then the
It's
Dorito
very
side's
similar
pretty
to
much the same.
Snake is very similar to last year's Cup as well. That was the
Cup.
first thing I thought.
Yeah.
Instantly, I was
Yeah.
like, oh, if you put like 2 more beams on the other side and box that
Yeah.
in, there you go.
Yeah,
But,
last year's Cup was really fun too. I enjoyed
Yeah.
that layout as well.
Yeah, I didn't play that one. I was hurt last season, so I just coached like 3 different teams. But Wes, you've only played how many times in this layout? 3?
Yeah, really.
That's max.
Yeah.
What do you think about it?
Well, it definitely gives off vibes as like the older layouts, but it's really weird how the snake plays because I feel that it's literally going to be trading bodies the entire time in the snake, and then the team that wins is probably going to be the team that has the last body alive in the snake every time.
Yeah.
It's very rare that I feel that a Dorito side is going to win the game. I don't think it's going to win much of any points. It's going to be
It's almost like
snake.
Yeah, it's almost like if you wanna win off the D side, you got to do it like within 20 seconds.
Oh yeah, if you wait a minute in, the guy's already in the Viper.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you're
Yep.
you don't want to be there. So, but D side can be pushed, and it can be easily pushed, and it's blind from the snake from a lot of bunkers, so it's fine. But it's not as powerful, I don't think, as the snake is. Not saying the snake's super OP, but a lot of the shots on the snake, like every shot or every bunker in the snake has a shot on some bunker that is a very key bunker on the field.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I feel that you can slow play a snake and you can fast play a snake. You can play that both ways really well, and you can double up the snake with no problem.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely weird. And I feel that there is up the center play if you want that.
Mm-hmm.
You have both wedges, and they're both are okay bunkers. The tower on the D side's well. The snake corner is a decent bunker. It's really, there's not a lot of shitty bunkers on the field, honestly.
That's how I felt too. I was like, wow, everywhere I played, I was like, I felt like I could do something, even if I wasn't like, there's a few bunkers, like the wedge on the snake side, for example. You get there, to me, you had one job and you could just stop the Dorito push, but you were still, you know what I mean? You were doing something the whole time. And while the rest of you know what I mean? You stopped that side of the field. So like, that was to me, like, what sucked about that bunker, but I felt like that was the only bunker that had just like one job. Other bunkers could do other things. Like I feel like I couldn't help the snake from there very much unless I went into the brick.
Yep.
But I don't know. I'm excited to see how some other teams play. So hopefully Thursday and Friday, I'll get to watch.
Yeah.
Massive number of points played and see what everybody else does.
Yeah.
This is my 5th day on the layout, so I've kind of gotten my lanes down nice.
Yeah.
So I was getting 2 kills off the snake side.
Where were you shooting?
Like a couple points in a row.
You're shooting over the little wall.
Was it over the little wall?
Yeah, well, I'm tall enough that I can rain down with my LV.
Yeah.
So I was shooting over that wall, and then I was also shooting the corner runner.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the shot I started doing towards the end on yesterday.
Yeah, I also think our field is a little bit different because it's hard to tell that we have a slope in the middle, but we have a tiny slope, and I think some of the bunkers and the shots look a little bit different on our field. Then we go to a normal field that's lower in the middle or flat, and you're like, oh shit, that shot's easily there. Because on our field, you can't even see the snake runner if you want to. He's like pretty blind. You could shoot it and the paint does go in there, but if he stays low, you'll never ever see him. You know what I mean? You can only see him kind of go by the gap. So it's pretty small. But I definitely seen that. And I also think the shot from the home shooting the alpha, which is the tower on the D side, is going to be a lot bigger. On our field, you can only see the top 1 foot of the bunker.
Oh yeah. There's a huge gap. From that the Dorito side can all the way over there. It's like a 5 foot, 5 foot, 10 foot gap.
It was not that big for us.
Oh no, you mean to shoot the Dorito.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do that. Remember that's the Bravo shot I was telling you about.
Oh, yeah.
You shoot it over the corner of the wedge right into the 100. Yeah. Now I'm talking about the inside of the tower on the D side, the alpha we call it.
Okay.
Like from home, you can shoot it over the wedge right back into the alpha, I believe. But I wonder how big that shot's going to look like on a regulation field that's a little bit lower in the middle. You don't see a lot more of the tower. On our field, we can only see about a foot of the top of the tower over the wedge. I think on a normal field, that wedge is going to be lower, and we could see more of the tower. You'll be have a more confident shot into it.
Yeah. Well, they also
70.
overinflate the hell out of all the bunkers, it feels like.
Yes.
Well,
Oh yeah.
so that's funny. So I was just getting ready to ask you this, Wes. So how did you feel about J-Man's idea of trying to underinflate those bunkers to make them not sit so high up?
Yeah, I mean, I think that helps out the shots. It makes the bunkers harder to play, obviously.
Yes, that was my only issue with
Well, yeah.
it. But
I'm 6'3", so if you underinflate any bunkers, it's gonna be fucking hell for me.
the brick was what, maybe 4 feet. I could stand up and it was like chest. I was like that high above it.
Yeah.
It was a
Yeah,
foot and a half.
my quads would start cramping.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
went up to it, played it when we had one of our guys in the Viper, and they told me he was at a Denver, so I popped the top. And I'm used to, I can shoot over the top of a brick, but just barely. And when I stood up, I went, oh, fuck me, this is not safe. Like, and then I did my shot and then went back down. I was like, I can't pop that top anymore. Someone will blow me to fucking pieces.
Oh yeah, 100%. So it looked like they have 8 fields at Cup. It's the same place at Gaylord Palms, I believe, across the street. So nothing has changed there. Trying to think. I'm wondering if
I'm trying to pull that picture up.
Oh, the layout. I put it inside of the I put it in the chat. So you should have it in the chat. So it looks like they have the Mounds field, the pro field. Looks very similar, honestly, to how they had it set up last year. Like almost identical. Sup Air has a field. Not really sure what that is. Maybe that's a 10-man field. That's going to be the 10-man airball field. I think that's what it's going to be.
Yeah.
Tiki's has a field. I don't know what that is. I can't really see because it's kind of blurry when you look at it. But maybe that's going to be.
It says public field at the bottom.
Oh, it's a public field. Yeah, so that'll probably be
like the
a free
tri-paintball
field to go play. Yeah, something like that. We should go out there and play with them, have some fun. Just fucking chill.
What sticks out to you of vendors on here that is small?
Well,
smaller than recent times.
Well, I'm very odd because I'm looking at Die and it looks like Die has a huge tent, like compared to everybody else, right? That is not normal for them. Usually they have like the last Cup, they had like a little pussy tent. Like I felt like I could have fronted that. Like it was a tiny itty bitty, like a 12 by 12 or a 20 by 20. Yeah. This looks like a pretty big tent. Virtue's big as always. Lux is big as always.
HK and ProShar are decent size.
They're always there. I can't. I'll be honest. On my picture, all the bottom names are blurry on the bottom.
Yeah, they're blurry for me too. But next to Die, look how small Planet Eclipse is, though.
Yeah, that is kind of weird.
That's the one that kind of shocked me. I mean, you can even see GI above Die up there. It looks like
GI is probably double the size of
Planet Eclipse.
Eclipse,
which I think that's a little shocking.
Yeah, which is odd. And then what is it? It's registration, food, player entrance. Yeah, so it's definitely weird that PE is that small. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, that's the one that stands out to me. The other ones are hard to read.
PE is basically going out of business. You know what I mean? You guys are done.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they're going out of business.
I mean, just throw them. They're done. Get them out of here.
They'll go out of business when they give everybody their LV2.
Yeah. I heard Lux is supposed to have their TM40s. There's custom anodes, splashes, lasers, and something else that are going to be at Cup for purchase. So it's kind of cool. Say
that'll
what?
I said that'll be neat.
Yeah. I'm not really sure what all that's going to entail. And then you see Grill has a new 2.0 coming out.
Yes, I want to talk about that.
Because I used to wear a grill a long time ago. So I think if Frank buys a mask, if he's allowed to buy a mask, yes, I think he will end up with a 2.0 because he loves the 1.0.
Yeah, they look so aggressive to me.
Yeah,
that's what I love about it.
Oh yeah. So I actually might buy a 2.0 to be honest with you, because I have my SLR that I love, but I basically have that because I have to wear it for VM stuff. If I can. I love my push mask. What mask do you use? You use a Flex?
I use the Bunker Kings one.
Oh, a CMD?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the Contour 2, which is basically the same thing. CMD, but with like a little more forgiveness and like soft ears on it. I like that mask.
Yeah.
But I might get a Grill 2.0 if it looks fucking dope. Because one of my favorite masks of all time is the Profiler. I love a Profiler. So what if the Grill and the Profiler had a baby?
Like if they gave the big Profiler lenses with like the shape more, I don't know, you know what I mean, with the Grill?
Something.
That'd be
Yeah.
cool.
That'd be
I
kinda
could be
cool.
on board with that because I mean I learned
I'd probably buy
flexes,
one, to be honest.
but
Say
I've
what?
always liked V-Force masks. So
Yeah, yeah. And it was really cool design back in the day, way before anybody did it, is every single part in their lens or in their mask was all replaceable.
yeah,
So their foam has snap corners in it that you just turn and pull the whole foam piece out, put a new whole entire foam piece in for $5.
Yeah.
It was great. And this is like, back then you're like your foam wore out, you're like, fuck. You had to get some foam and like glue it in, shit,
Yeah.
what I mean? Now it's like, a little bit different now. But some of the masks now, the foam wears out, the foam is you're fucking done.
Yep.
Like, all right, well, can't really buy a frame anymore. They're fucking toast.
That's funny. I'm trying to think. There's the other thing on here that stands out to me on these list of vendors. It's probably hard for you to see too, Wes. Is that Vortex Bunkers? I don't know what.
Yeah, is that maybe that's gonna be like a remember that place every now somebody usually does it, but what if it's going to be like a weird design bunker kind of thing, like snakes and stuff like that, traditional like original field still, you know what I mean, like kind of like cones and diamonds, shit like that,
Yeah,
I think they were doing that for like the gravestone at the last one.
Yeah,
for like the Halloween stuff.
Yeah,
I think they were at the last event.
Yeah,
I did a quick
think Tin
Google
Man should have
search.
something like that on there. Like you should be playing cool bunkers in the Tin Man. Like they had a car wash, I believe, on there. And
Yeah, that'd
also,
be
I
cool.
think at this cup, I'm not sure. I haven't looked at the team name or the team list, but I'm pretty sure there's gonna be 7-man at cup.
Is there
I think I've
really?
seen 7-man. So I'm not 100% sure how that is, but I think I've seen 7-man.
Oh yeah.
open.
Oh yeah. Mound 7-man.
Yep. So boom.
Interesting.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. There's some like of the Destiny teams, some Adrenaline teams, Extreme Rage, Mutinies in there. Yeah. That's kind of cool. I did not know that.
Yeah. Go there and beat on those guys some. We should be playing Sunday. Everybody should be playing Sunday. Cyrus, you guys should be all playing Sunday.
We better
hopefully
be.
all three of our rosters should be playing Sunday. So we should be
good. Like I said, I have this is so fucked up. I haven't made Sunday with a team I've heavily practiced with, which fucking pisses me off. Teams that we just like we show up.
I think I heard you talk about that last time.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Like I played with some Georgia Southern guys. Like I didn't know I was playing Cup till that Wednesday. Like I got put on the roster like as late as you could. This is like 2016. I hadn't played in like a year. We make Sunday and then win like 2 matches on Sunday. I'm like, okay, cool. That shouldn't have fucking happened. And then Wes comes from Texas. Hadn't played with him in fucking 3 or 4 years. We pick up him and his brother. We do it. And it's just like, doesn't make sense. Then we practice, play 2-3 seasons with everybody. And we miss out on Sunday by like, just barely, not a lot, but we lose just enough not to move on. And it's like, that's fucking blows.
Well, last event, we barely practiced.
Yeah.
I mean, we had like the first weekend, like we did drills and then like played against a D5 team. And then we went up to Prime for like one day on Sunday.
But nobody showed up, right?
All the layout practice we had. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I remember. Nobody showed up at Prime. Yeah, I was talking to Matt about that.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Itel, do you want to hit Cyrus with these questions? We haven't done questions in a while.
We have not.
I think this is our first list, but it's been a while since we did them. So
it's definitely a while. All right. So these are you listen to. You're an avid listener, which we definitely appreciate. So you know how these questions go. So we'll start with the first one. Your favorite player in the sport.
It's a toss-up between Ronnie Dizon and Tyler Harmon.
Yeah.
I like Tyler Harmon because of his energy and like his just how he plays. And then Ronnie Dizon just because he posts and I get to watch him play like
content creator.
Content,
yeah. Yeah. He's definitely one definitely a pioneer in that for sure.
Yeah.
A lot of guys really haven't been doing that as of like lately. Yeah. But he's been doing it for a while.
Harrison Fries started doing it more.
Yeah.
Which I've enjoyed watching him.
Yeah, I like watching Harrison's too.
Yep.
So drums or flats for your wings?
So I've listened to you guys and you guys always hate on the flats, but I work at a restaurant and I wear gloves. And if you have the flat and you just like push it down on the table, all the meat comes off the bone and then you just pull it like this and then you eat all the meat and then it cleans the bone completely.
Yeah, but you get like only a little bit of meat.
Yeah, it's a little.
Yeah, but I
little
work at the
slither of
restaurant.
meat.
I work at the restaurant, so I just get as much wings as I want. So I mean,
I mean,
like,
I guess in that case, I can see
yeah.
it because you're getting free wings.
But if I go to like a drum place, it's gonna be the
That'll work.
Your favorite team of all time?
um probably Damage.
Yeah, see, this is good because we'll get some like young blood in here because a lot of the older
Uh-huh.
guys that I grew up with and played, we get a lot of the same answers, right?
Yeah.
Because you're so young, you probably don't know who Oliver even is at this point, right?
Well, yeah.
He's like a
Well,
fucking ghost.
See,
He's a
like
ghost.
He is like
I
a
was
ghost.
I was a nerd in like my ninth grade year of high school. I would like because I
last
was on the
year?
wrestling team. Yeah, shut up. Anyways, so I was on the wrestling team and they're all assholes, and I was like, "Fuck this!" And it was my seventh period class, and I would literally just go in the bathroom and watch paintball videos, like all the
Yeah.
old matches.
That's awesome.
So like I know my heritage a little bit.
Yeah.
That's funny. What's
there you
your
go.
most memorable event?
Probably this last one because that was
Yeah.
my first win. So
How was it like playing with Chris, by the way?
I enjoyed it a lot. He added a lot more input and
And
kind of
assholeness.
yeah, and he got us some penalties, which was nice.
I'd say that's how it
Well,
works.
both ways though, because I
Yeah.
won a 2-on-1, and then he was talking shit, and then he got a minor thrown on us, and it was a no point. So it was like give and take, I guess.
It is. It is.
But his
definitely-
lanes were fucking there, and he was definitely a huge asset for sure.
Yeah, he told me he's like, man, I really wish I could play Sunday, and I'm like, say less. I know a team is looking for a player. He's like, really? I'm like, yup. I'm like, watch
Yeah.
this. So,
That's awesome.
your favorite superhero? What is
He's not a
your
superhero, and you got
Yeah, say what?
he's just a rich dude, but Iron Man.
No, I agree. He is just a rich dude, but that's my favorite superhero too.
I just like his attitude and his
Yeah.
bullshitness.
I feel
Yeah.
like because if I had obviously I don't have a lot of money, but I feel like anybody who had a lot of money, like that could be Elon Musk. Like, and we just don't
Yeah.
even fucking know. Like,
Yeah, honestly, it could be.
Well, have you seen the video of him like playing with like the robotic arms where he like moves his arms and then the robot moves his arms?
I haven't,
Yeah.
but
He
I'm
has like
definitely
the
going
evil
to.
laugh.
Yeah,
That's badass.
Yeah.
What's your favorite paintball gun of all time?
better not be that trash as it'll be.
I think it's gonna be that LV. I would say
yeah.
yeah.
That's probably his only gun. He's like, "All right."
It's the LV, but I shot M3 Plus before that, and I really enjoyed it until it's broken in my gear bag still.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
that's a die gun.
Yeah.
They do shoot great, but they
Yeah,
just don't
it shot great.
last.
Yeah,
Side
but my
note,
LV I've shot it for the longest. So
those DSR pluses, Mike,
Yeah.
you have to shoot one. You
They're
might switch
fucking
your gun.
great. I know. The
No,
regular,
listen, DSR junk.
I liked it. I thought it shot fine.
That's fucking
see, I
badass.
shot my first like tournament gun was the DSR, and I liked it a lot. It just felt
They're-
weird in my hands.
I-
My hands were too big for it.
Yeah, I think they're a very high end entry level gun. If that makes
Yes.
sense, like they
Yes.
shoot really well. They're priced really good. But
Mhm.
this, I'm gonna probably play around with this DSR plus, but it reminds me very much so of like a DM7 shot. Like Pang has one, and he was walking on the field chronoing it, and it was so quiet and soft shooting. I
Yeah.
literally said, "You know the keys?" He's like, "No, it's shooting 295." And it was like, dude, I'm dead serious. It was like it made a weird like a bloop, bloop, bloop.
yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck is that? And then it was his. 'Cause he has an adrenaline, and I'm like, what the fuck gun is that? And he's like, that's the plus. I'm like, oh. And then he chronoed it. It was like 289, 292, 295, and it was like insanely quiet. I'm like, fuck me. So I'm like, I would like to see one of those and like play with one and see if they're that. Because I'm a sucker
Oh,
for
yeah.
like buttery smooth, quiet, like accurate guns. And I think that might finally hit the bill because Can was kind of acting like the DSR is that they all had all the parts in it, and then their DSR is the same as the DSR plus. But the two DSR pluses I've seen are way smoother and quieter than any DSR I've ever fucking seen in my entire life.
I don't know though. I used one of Can-Can's like a year and a half ago. Now it's been a hot minute. It shot great. I really enjoyed it. Like you said, I was like, wow, this is a cheap gun that shoots very good. For what I mean, it's a lot of value is what I saw in that gun.
Oh, 100%, 1,000%, yeah.
But who? At 1 second before we go back to the questions, who at our field has a plus? Just like what Can-Can and them, like with updated parts.
I don't think
it's like a plus. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now I think Dickhead doesn't. He has a DSR, but I don't think it's a plus. Daniel, is he a plus?
I don't think.
I've never seen him shoot a DSR before, and he had a DSR this weekend.
Yeah.
So I was curious if that's a plus because it was a green camo one. I was just I didn't know. It was odd. How do you like your steak cooked?
Medium rare.
Oh, weirdo.
I mean, at least it's not like medium. I think is the spot, but
yeah, medium's good because I feel like medium.
You gotta have. It's
so inconsistent. Because a good medium is pink all the way through with a little bit of blood. It's like perfect.
Yeah.
But I think if you order medium rare, I think it comes in like they don't know what to do. They cook it inconsistent. You know, I've seen guys. They're like a lot of red. I'm like I think that's more rare. I'm like, I think it's on the borderline.
But even then, like I could go for that way anyways. So like I'm on either way. Like if it's a little bloody still, it don't matter.
It's like chewy. It turns into fucking bubble gum.
Yeah.
But then it has more flavor.
I mean, it does have more flavor.
I don't know.
I think I do agree with the flavor part, but it gets all like meh if it's not.
Yeah, it turns into mush.
But then you go too hard again and you're eating a fucking car seat.
Yeah. Piece of beef jerky.
Yeah, it's a fucking hockey puck.
Yeah. Hard or soft?
Hard.
There we go. Who is the best current player?
Fedorov.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
And what's his favorite question? What is the first thing you notice about the opposite sex?
Thighs.
Thighs.
Yeah.
Thighs.
I'm an ass guy, but like thighs. Like athletic thighs. Like yeah.
That's the first thighs we've ever got.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone
eyes. We had eyes.
We've had eyes and thighs, baby. That'll be our next interview, Nick.
Eyes and thighs.
Could be the title of the podcast.
That might actually be the title of
Eyes
the podcast.
And Thighs.
Eyes and Thighs at World Cup 2021. Wes, did you have anything?
I think that's it. Just want to say good luck to everybody. Hopefully our times are all different so we can all watch and get up with each other. That's good. That's one good thing I like about Cup is the times are so fucked up sometimes that I can actually stay at a field all day and be entertained. I'll be honest with you. I fucking hate going to tournaments just because I feel like I stand around so much.
Yeah.
But if everybody like you play at 12 and I play at 2 and then you play at 4, I'm like, I have something to do all day long.
You can watch your friends.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to like go play and they go, oh, when are you playing? 12:30? Oh fuck, I'm playing like 11:55. I'm not sure if I can get over there to you. And I'm getting done. I'm like running across the field trying to get over to them. And they're like mid-match, they're getting beat down. They're like crying in the pits. I'm like, okay, well, I'll see you guys later, dude. And I fucking leave.
Sorry, you're losers. I'm out.
Yeah, all right, guys. I'm only a good time, Charlie. So. Cyrus, it was good having you on, man.
Yeah. Is there anything you wanted to say, Cyrus?
Nah, just good luck. Hopefully, we'll see everybody on Sunday.
Yeah, I think so too. But I guess
tell Stroh to stop being a big pussy about his toe.
Oh, is he bitching about something?
Yeah, fucking dumbass hit his.
Yeah, he dropped the damn barbell.
He said he thinks he broke it, like on a bell bar or a fucking barbell inside of the garage. I'm like, first of all, boom. Why you walk around the garage shoeless? They're fucking shoeless Joe. Why are you doing that? And I think he was working out when he was doing it, I believe. So it's like, and then he sends a picture of it. It's all like fucked up.
Let's go. This is why I don't work out.
Yeah, I'm like more injuries. I need no more injuries. I'm already too old.
It was funny. Cuban, like he moved one of the like little water coolers that we had and like put it right on his foot. And Strohmeyer just flipped the cooler. He was so pissed. Like, you got to be fucking kidding me.
That sucks. Poor Stroh. I wasn't making fun of you. It's just Wes.
and Cyrus.
Yeah. Stroh was like, literally told me, he's like, don't go on the podcast and shit on me. was like the first thing I did was shit on Stro.
We'll give him a chance to say something back in a couple
Yeah.
weeks. So
He loves talking shit. Or no,
Oh.
he'll say
Oh yeah.
fuck you guys. That's his favorite
Yep.
thing to say. Fuck you
Yep.
guys.
he learned all his shit talking from Wes probably because
Oh,
you've known
yeah.
him since he was like 14, 13, 14.
Oh yeah. Yep.
You had a thing for
So
children.
you're to blame.
Yeah, I'm kind of like Ken Jr. Honestly.
It all circled back. All right. On that note, we are ending this before anybody gets into trouble. Allegedly.
Oh yeah, allegedly.
All right,
Oh,
guys. Well, thanks for listening, watching. That was fun. Buy merch, not buy merch, and we'll see everybody down there at Cup. If you see us want some stickers, find me or Wes. We'll both have some.
Autograph. I got you guys. Yep.
Or an autograph. Yep. All right. Peace out.
Later.